I finished Lore of the Wilds and I'm ready to talk about it. So in the last video, we left off with Asher and Lore going to find some of Asher's friends, hoping that they would hide them from the other evil fairies, I guess. So they go to Asher's friends, and basically the two important characters are Asher's friend and her brother. Her brother is this guy right here. So finally we are really putting the love triangle together. And so things happen where Asher and his friend have to leave Lore and Finn to their own devices, and because they need to, like Twilight style, get the fairies that are chasing them off of Lore's scent. So they decide to lure them away, and then Finn is gonna keep Lore protected. And Finn is a pretty grumpy guy. He doesn't seem to like Asher at all, to be honest. And till this point in the book, I was still giving it maybe a 3-star. I did have the same situation with the romance between Lore and Finn as I had with Lore and Asher, where like we're supposed to believe that like they bond in any way, but it doesn't really feel that way. So it's kind of weird, but still, at least we got a little bit more of the magic and understanding the magic slightly more. So I was still at like, okay, this could still work out. Then there is a weird moment in the book where Lore figures out that her friend Gray, who she honestly has barely thought about this whole time, and we saw once in the beginning of the book, is apparently in danger, and he's in the Queen's castle, and she has him like drugged up for some reason. And so we get this very weird like 20-page interval where Lore decides that she's gonna go and save Finn on her own. And then literally when she decides that, you flip the page to the next chapter and she's already in front of the Queen. And I was so confused. I literally went back and I was like, am I missing a chapter or something? This is odd. We got nothing of the middle. How did she get here? Like, apparently, if you read between the lines, she had to go weeks, like, going through the woods alone because she didn't tell Finn she was going, to be able to enter the castle. We have nothing of that. We literally go from like, I need to save Gray, to I'm already in front of the Queen. That was, I think, the point of no return for me, because it was so weird and it just like didn't flow well. And then we literally take like 20 pages to get Gray out of the castle and then return back to where they were initially. And I don't understand why we did all this, because sure, Gray gives her a piece of information, but that same piece of information Asher was going to give her when he came back, which he came back, I think, about the night that they brought Gray back. So I really don't understand why we even needed to add Gray into this mix. I don't know. So Asher comes back, and all this time, she has been thinking of Asher sometimes, but she's been having the hots for Finn. And nothing's happened with Finn, but she's been having the hots for Finn. And then suddenly, when Asher comes back, like, she is fully into Asher and doesn't feel not even a little bit weird about the fact that she was thirsting over Finn the whole time. And like, I have the quote right here, because I was like, I don't know about that. Asher says, "You are mine to protect." And I'm like, are you even dating? Like, I think you kissed once. I'm confused. But she seems to think this is super romantic, and apparently she wants to be with Asher. But then a scene later, she's still kind of having the hots for Finn. And yet, like, these two things don't seem to clash in her head. Like, she doesn't have a moment of like, what am I doing, or who do I like better? It just, like, it doesn't even come to her mind. It's very odd. And then in the end, we have this plot twist that made no sense. And I'm not going to spoil it. I mean, I feel like I've done a lot of spoilers anyway in these videos, but it's a whole plot twist in the end that, if you think about it for more than a minute, really just doesn't make sense. And left me even more disappointed. And I really wanted to like this. It has all the tropes that I would like in a book, but I can't really recommend it because it's just a little clunky. And I do think that there is a story here and the world is actually interesting. And if we had a little bit more time to explore it and we focused a little bit more, this could be really great. But the way that it is right now is just not for me. So I'm sad to say this was a miss for me. So it seems like maybe romantasy is just not my thing. I will try to read other of the romantasy fairy loot books that I have. Probably read one more, and if that one doesn't work for me either, I might just give up on this genre. Like I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I'm more of a fantasy person, but then I really like romance as well. I was hoping this would be a good merger of the two, but seems like this genre is just not working out for me.